Hello everyone, today I'm back with another video about a tier list for the end of 1.5. I haven't done this in a while, and since I came back to YouTube I decided to do this. I haven't been that active in the last update on Honkai Star Rail, so this might not be the best tier list, but this is in my own opinion and what I think of the characters. Do not take this as the all-know-all, do everything like this tier list. It's just something that a normal player like me would suggest to a new player if a character is good or if a character is not. First of all, the main character. Now, the main character has two variations, and I don't just mean the male and female. It's like the physical and the fire version. So for the physical, I'm going to be using the female version, and that's just bad. I don't know what others think about it, but I just think it's bad. Like, it's just not worth even investing into, in my own opinion. Next is the fire version, and this one I'd say is a solid B, just because it gives you that shield, and early game it's a good unit if you don't have anything else to just help you through the main story, you know. Next is March 7th. March is a very good character early game, just as the fire MC, just because it's easily accessible as you get it for free. And it's actually pretty good if you invest enough into her. She can even be something you can use in Memory of Chaos. But there's still much better versions of defenders and shielders in this game. Okay, with that aside, let's go with Don Hung. Don Hung, I'd say he's even below that, just because you get much better DPSs into the game, like, and he fell off really badly. The last few updates, there's either been healers, there's Fujon, and like there's those, but we've got a lot of DPSs since the launch of the game. So we got like Kafka, we got Blade, we got Sealy, we got Don Hung's better mode, and we got even Clara's better, and now we're getting Dr. Ratio, we got Topaz, we got what's the name, I keep forgetting. Right, we got Jing Liu. There's a lot of characters that are just better at DPS than he is. Next is what I would call one of the best supports in the game. She goes straight to A tier. She's under S just because of those that I'm going to be putting in S. She can fairly easily go up there. She can totally go up to S tier. And she's a very good support. She does a lot of fire application, and she also breaks a lot of shields, does speed buffs and all of that. Well, that's amazing, to be honest. Arlan, straight D tier. I don't care what anyone says, and I'm not gonna elaborate. He's trash, and that's it. Herta, same thing. Trash. Don't build it. Hook is alright. Like, Hook is okay, but it just kind of fell off, same as Don Hung. She was pretty useful at the start of the game. I even used her a bit on my alt accounts, and she wasn't bad. If you have high constellations on her, like I have her E6 now, Eidolons. I keep calling them constellations. She's pretty good. Not really worth it to hyper invest into her though. And Natasha is easily A tier just because it's a easily accessible healer, and yeah, that's just awesome. Now, next update, or the update after that, I'm not very sure, but I know we're getting Lynx, and Lynx is, in my opinion, just an overall upgrade to Natasha, so that might just drop, because since you're getting him for free as well, then Natasha kind of loses her purpose a bit. But you need 2 teams for Memory of Chaos, so I guess she still would be pretty good, and if she is. Next is Sampo. Sampo is A tier, primarily because he makes Kafka teams very good. I use Sampo with my Kafka, and it does a lot of damage for DOT. I think he's just an overall great character. Bella is straight up S tier. She is the reason why Asta is A tier and not S tier, because Bella is awesome. No, I'm sorry, she's S plus. The reason is, in quite a bit of scenarios, she's better than even Silverwolf. She does an all-team debuff. She decreases their defense. That's an amazing debuff. It increases your damage by so much, it's crazy. Now, Silverwolf in solo target, I'd still say it's better, and in some cases, but in most cases, you have to fight more than one enemy, and Pella is just way better than Silverwolf in that regard. Next is Serval. Serval is kind of shitty. Now, you can use her in some team compositions. For example, you can use her with Kafka, but Kafka doesn't really need her. She applies enough electric DOT on her own, and Serval kind of extends that, I think, if you have constellations. I'm not sure if he does that even without constellations, but either way, she's not that good. Okay, so there's 2 versions of QQ. If it's below E6, she's kind of mids. She's kind of like B tier. If it's E6, she's like S rank. So I'm gonna put her in A tier, in the middle of those 2. So if below E6 it's B tier, E6 it's S tier. I'm just gonna put her in A tier. Next is Sushang. Sushang is a good character. I feel like she deserves the B spot. She's not as good at Asta. She isn't as easily gotten as Natasha, which is for free and applies that healing when you need it in the beginning of the game. She doesn't have the crazy team comps like Kafka with Sampo. She's not as good as E6. QQ, I'd say B tier is fine. Tingyun, straight up S plus, one of the best buffs in the game. Like, you kind of need for like a for like a 1 turn clear or a 0 turn clear, you kind of need Tingyun for those. You just, all the hyper carries, all the super good teams in the game need Tingyun. Next is Himiko. Himiko is a disappointment. Her character design is awesome. She's kind of like mid. Like exactly mid. I don't think she provides as much utility as Asta. I don't think she provides as much help as Natasha when you don't have any other healers. She's not as good as Sampo with a Kafka. And she's definitely not as good as QQ at E6. I feel like she's just mid. But yeah, so Wells is kind of interesting. I'm just putting him there for the moment. So Wells is basically getting a buff with Doctor Ratio, because Doctor Ratio gets stronger if he has as many debuffs as there's on the enemy, and Wells applies 2 different kinds of debuffs on the enemy. That's going to be quite interesting to see what he's able to do. And I still think that's going to be one of the best team comps in the game. Not the best. No, actually, it's not even going to be close to the best in my own opinion, but it's going to be pretty good. For that reason, I'm going to put him in A tier. And also, he slows down enemies. He's an imaginary character, which is pretty dope. Bronya, straight up S plus. Bronya is just one of the best supports on the same level as Pella, Tingyun. There's just no other character that can compare. So Asta basically does speed buffs, allowing you to have more turns in the end, but Bronya just straight up gives you the turn. You don't even need any speed on your character, you just get another turn. And that's just so awesome. She also does crit rate damage bonus and crit damage bonus as well. Just awesome. Clara is alright. I feel like Clara is a bit underrated by some people, but I think she's pretty good. So I think she's an A tier unit. Gepard is definitely one of the better ones. I don't know if I want to put him in S rank. I'll just put him here, but he's kind of like the middle of S and A rank for me, just because he provides a lot of defense. And if you don't have a limited character, I don't think there's anyone better than Gepard. It's basically shielding your characters and giving you sustainability. So he's gonna be at the top of A tier right now. He's like middle of S and A for me. Bailu is kind of mid. No, actually she's A rank, but at the far low end of A rank. I didn't expect I would start going numbering them even inside the ranks, but yeah, she's at the end of A rank. She does heals, but it's kind of like RNG based, because it like the healing bounces around, which is so annoying. Like, could you just give me the heals? And she does give it a revive, but at the end game you don't really want to revive. You don't want your character to die at all, so you don't need to revive. But yeah, next is Yang Cheng. Yang Cheng is pretty good. I'd say he's A rank. People might disagree with me, but that's just my own opinion. Zila's S rank. Now, there's better characters than Zila out there, but Zila, if the conditions are right, she does so much damage, it's crazy. And I still feel like she's a pretty good quantum unit. I just feel like she's overall great. Jing Yuan. Now this guy changed a lot. So my opinion of him was like B rank a few updates ago, but now he's jumped up straight to S, and I think he's better than Zila. In my own opinion, I think he has surpassed her when he was so much worse. But yeah, Jing Yuan got a huge buff. He's just awesome now. Next is Yukong. So Yukong is not free to play friendly at all. Basically, if you have her E6, she's an amazing support, but under E6, she's mid. I don't think she's even worth using if not E6. So she's going in the B tier. Silverwolf, S rank. I don't think she's at the S plus. She doesn't really give as much as people like Pella, Tingyun, and Bronyas do. She's just an amazing unit. She's definitely at the top of S rank, but I don't think she goes higher. Next is Lucha. Lucha is straight up S plus. I don't even need to explain that. He's the best healer in the game. That's all I have to say. Okay, so this guy, I'd put him on the same rank as Sampo. You can do the same thing with him or him with Kafka teams. He has some his damage is pretty nutty. It's pretty crazy. Blade is awesome. Blade's is a super good character. He's very high damage. Very, how do you say it? He's very fun to play as well. And then we have Kafka. I'd say Kafka is S tier as well. She's not S plus, but she's up there. And just because she does an entire new meta of DOT teams, and she's just gonna get better and better as time goes on when 5-star DOT DPSs come out. I think she deserves the top of S tier for right now. She might go to S plus later on. And I really want to put her on S plus since she's my main, but I'm not gonna do that. That's kind of biased, but I really want to. Next is Lynx. Lynx is straight up here with Natasha. Natasha might drop down because he's going to be given away for free next update or the one after that. I don't remember which. One is S+, best healer in the game. Not really much to explain about that. She's just fucking awesome. This guy, he's up there. But I'm not gonna put him up there because there's someone better. Either way, he's the number 2 DPS in the game. He does so much damage, it's crazy. If you have him at E6, he's the best damage dealer in the game. But at E0, which I'm trying to say for most of the 5-stars tier, he's the second best, in my own opinion. She is awesome. She is absolutely awesome. She's up here before Bard. Kafka teams with her are just awesome. She does so much damage, it's ridiculous. And yeah, I feel like that explains why she's up there. And she's also very good looking, good design. And this is my own tier list, so she's going up there. Okay, nice. Next is Jingliu. So Jingliu is up here, very on top. Best DPS in the game for free-to-play players. At E0, it's the best one you can get. She just does so much damage, it's crazy. There's nothing that does more damage than her at E0. Nothing. You can sweep through the game in auto mode with her. And she also was very well played, which is also a plus. Topaz. So Topaz is up there with Kafka, just because she basically makes follow-up teams, follow-up attacks meta. She creates something new and makes her own game, let's say. And she's also going to be very good with Dr. Ratio, so that's a plus. Next is Hanya. I haven't played a lot with Hanya. I've heard people say she's pretty nuts, so she's going A rank. I'm not very sure though. So that's up to speculation. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about Hanya, because I really don't know much. Huo is up there. She's one of the best healers in the game. Yeah, she's awesome. Next is the Shining Knight. Well, unlike what people say, I think he's good. I think he's up there. He's definitely better than these guys. Not S+, nowhere near on at the top of the S rank, but he's good. I think he's better than Zila. Next is Zhu Yang. We don't have her yet, but I made the Dr. Ratio video, and from what I see, he's gonna be dope. Also, he's free, so S rank, right? He's basically free, guys. Even if he's the worst 5-star, he's free. That just automatically gives him a high rank, just by having access to him so easily. Just opening your mail and clicking collect. And now we have Ruan Mei. Ruan Mei, from what we've seen of her kids, is right here. Right here. Actually, right here, because supports are more valuable than DPSs. She is going to be the best unit in the game. That's my prediction. We'll have to see what happens. But that's basically all there is to this tier list, guys. Less than 1 day left until version 1.6 of Honkai Star Rail. We'll just have to see what happens. Until next time, guys, like, comment down below your thoughts on the next update. What do you think? What's your favorite character? What do you think is the strongest character in the game, or is going to be the strongest character in the game? And subscribe as well, as it really does help me out a lot. Till next time, bye bye.